Hello, Broncos country. How's it going? Let's dive into some fresh news that's buzzing in the NFL world. If you're one of those who lives and breathes orange and blue, grab your beer, flop on the couch, and let's chat about something that, hits right at the heart of Broncos country. Our former quarterback Drew Lock has just re-signed with the Seattle Seahawks. That's right. The guy who used to be our hope, our QB of the future, is back with the Seahawks. But what does this mean for us? Should we be happy, sad, or just shrug it off? Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to break down the whole story, bring tons of juicy details, and of course, I want to know what you, Broncos fans, think about all this. So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell, because today's chat is one you don't want to miss. Let's ride, Broncos country. Before we dive into the news, let's take a step back and remember who Drew Lock is, because, man, this guy made us dream big. If you've been with us since John Elway was the GM, Lock was kind of the next big name we were looking for after the Peyton Manning era. Drafted in 2019 in the second round, coming from the University of Missouri, the guy came in with a cannon arm, a confident smile, and a vibe like he was going to dominate the AFC West. Who doesn't remember that game against the Houston Texans in 2019 when he threw for 309 yards and 3 touchdowns? I was jumping on the couch yelling, "It's him, it's him!" But not everything was roses, right? Lock had his ups and downs. In 2020, he started as the starter, but things got complicated. 15 touchdowns against 15 interceptions. Fans were divided. Some wanted to give the kid more time, while others were already calling for his head. Then came 2021, with Teddy Bridgewater taking over as the starter, and Lock became a backup. It was like a punch to the gut for those who believed he was the future. So, folks, what do you think? Were you Team Lock, or were you already ready to turn the page? Let me know in the comments, because I know Broncos country has strong opinions. Now, hold on, in 2022, Lock became a key piece in one of the biggest trades in NFL history. He was sent to the Seahawks along with Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, and a bunch of draft picks in exchange for the legendary Russell Wilson. At the time, we were all hyped, right? Russell Wilson to the Broncos? Let's go to the Super Bowl. But the truth is, Lock left Denver without ever getting the chance to prove he could be the guy. And this, my friends, is where the story gets interesting. Okay, now let's get to the hot topic. According to Athlon Sports, Drew Lock just re-signed with the Seattle Seahawks for 2025. That's right, the guy we sent there in the trade for Russ is staying a little longer in the land of rain and coffee. And look, this isn't just any continuation. This news has layers, and we're going to break them all down for you, Broncosy fans. First, let me tell you the context. Lock spent the last few seasons in Seattle as Geno Smith's backup. In 2023, he played 4 games, 2 as a starter, and finished with 543 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Nothing to blow your mind, but it wasn't a disaster either. In 2024, he stayed more in the shadows, with Geno leading the offense. But now with Geno Smith being traded to the Raiders, yes, another bombshell. And the Seahawks bringing in Sam Darnold as the new QB, Lock is securing his spot as a backup, or maybe even fighting for something bigger. But why does this matter to us, Broncos country? Because Lock is more than just a former player of ours. He's a symbol of an era. He represents that moment when we were desperate for a young quarterback who could carry the team into the future. And you know what? Seeing him sign again with the Seahawks makes me wonder, did we let a raw diamond slip away? Or was he really not the right guy for Denver? I want to know what you guys are thinking. Does Lock still have gas in the tank, or is he just another backup in the NFL? Drop your opinion in the comments, because Broncos country always has the best discussions. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What does this news mean for our Denver Broncos in 2025? Spoiler alert. It probably doesn't change much in our day-to-day, but there are some cool connections worth exploring. So grab that cold soda and let me tell you why this still gets to us. First, let's talk about our current QB, the Phenom. Bo Nix. Man, what a season the kid had in 2024, right? Rookie of the year for many, leading the Broncos to the playoffs with 3,775 yards, 29 touchdowns, and a vibe that even reminds you of Drew Brees in his prime. With Sean Payton at the helm, our offense is flying, and we're more focused on giving Nix weapons than looking in the rearview mirror thinking about Locke. So right off the bat, Locke's re-signing doesn't affect our roster. But hey, it's always good to remember where we came from, right? Locke was plan A before Nix, and now we're seeing how things have changed for the better. All right, hear me out. Are the Seahawks our AFC West rivals? No. But we've got history with them. Remember, Super Bowl XL5. Yeah, it still hurts just thinking about it. And remember that Russell Wilson trade? Yep, it was with them. So Locke staying in Seattle feels like a constant reminder of that wild trade. And now, with Geno Smith out and Sam Darnold stepping in, the Seahawks are clearly trying to rebuild their offense. If Locke ends up getting playing time or even fighting for the starting job, we might just face him again. Just imagine, Broncos versus Seahawks, NIX versus Locke. I can already hear the crowd at Empower Field losing their minds. Who do you think takes it? NIX or Locke? Drop it in the comments. I know you're as hyped as I am. Here's another thing I find interesting. This news kind of closes a chapter for us. Locke was the guy we put our hopes in, but now he's on his own path, and we're all in on NIX. It's like that ex you wish the best for, but you're totally happy with your new love, you know? So tell me, Broncos country, do you still have a soft spot for Locke, or are you 100% locked in on the present? I want to hear your vibe. Now, let's look ahead, because Broncos country doesn't live in the past. With Locke staying in Seattle, we can start speculating on what's next, for him and for us. And as always, I want you right here with me, so get those wild theories ready and drop them in the comments. So, what's next for Drew Locke in 2025? Man, the dude's only 28. That's still young for an NFL QB. He's shown flashes of talent but never really got that full season chance to be the guy. With Darnold as the starter in Seattle, Locke's probably going to ride the bench. But the NFL is wild. One injury, one slump from Darnold, and boom, Locke might get his shot. I'm not going to lie. Part of me wants him to succeed because he always gave it his all and repped the Broncos jersey with pride. But if he lights it up against us, that's a whole other story. What do you think? Can Locke still be a starter somewhere, or is he locked into being a solid backup? Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the sky's the limit. Sean Payton is focused on building this roster strong. We picked up Evan Engram in free agency, and the rumors are heating up around WRs and RBs to support NIX. Just imagine an offense with Nix, Engram, Cortland, Sutton, and maybe an explosive rookie from the draft? I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And look, the AFC West is stacked. Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. But we're right there in the mix. 2024 was just the beginning. Who else believes 2025 is our Super Bowl year? Raise your hand and shout, "Let's ride," in the comments. Phew, Broncos country. What a ride this has been, huh? We revisited the Drew Locke saga, broke down his re-signing with the Seahawks, and dreamed big about the future of our Broncos. I love making these videos because you are the best fans in the NFL, hands down. So before you go, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash the notification bell. We've got way more content coming your way, from breakdowns to reactions to everything that makes our orange hearts beat faster. And of course, I want to hear from you. What did you think about the Locke news? Still rooting for him? What are your boldest predictions for the Broncos in 2025? Drop them in the comments. Broncos country always brings the best takes. Until next time. And, as always, let's ride.